Did some work last night. Took me a long time to get this shape, and had a little mistake, so I added this little filler board here, and then when I was routing it, it chipped. But it fits in pretty good. So I'm gonna glue it and nail it in. Do have a little bit of gap here, so when I was measuring it last night, the gap wasn't there, but after I attached it to this board, it shifted, so it kind of gave me that gap. And did a flush trim across here and then round over to get a little better flow for the port air. So let's see how that looks all glued and tacked into place. One other thing I forgot to mention was the seam that I was most concerned about, that I was thinking about fiberglassing for. This port covers it, and it fits pretty tight there. So once it's glued in there, I don't think I'm gonna need any fiberglass. If it's sounding a little rattly, or I hear whistling or something like that, then I'll come through and do all this. But it's pretty tight everywhere else. That was the only seam I was concerned about. I did a little bracing in 45s. Took a while to cut the angles there. Little compound angles. It's like a 45 plus, yeah, I forget what they are, but this one's a little messy. Kind of rounded. I decided to do it by hand because I was just cutting it too many times on the table saw. I wasn't quite sure of the angles, and it's easier just to do it with the hand saw, because if you mess up, then you can easily fix it. The other side, I got these here, but haven't put them on yet. This still needs to get rounded over more. I made the mistake of not using the router on it before I put it in, so I did part of it with my big router, and it's just not getting to the edge. So I tried doing it with the sander, and I can't get in there. So I'm hoping to find a router bit that's kind of a roundover bit, except on the reverse side. So the wheel will be here, but the roundover will come in here, and that way I can get the router on this side and get that back edge. I'll be using this router, but I'm still missing the collet and the nut. That's supposed to get here in a few days, so I'm kind of stuck until then. I did get the port routed, and then took out the screws that were in there. Decided just to leave them out, and the old glue and sawdust trick to patch it. This needs a little bit more sanding, a couple splinters here and there, but all in all, worked out pretty good. Nice rounded port there. Should flow pretty good after I do the last touch up on the sanding. And that's about it for tonight. Kind of went by with some glue around all the edges a few times over the course of the day. This one should be sealed up. I probably put 4 layers of glue on there, and then before I put the baffle on, I'm going to go around with everything with silicone. I wish I had done the same on the bottom or the top side of the box before I put the port in, but can't can't do it now. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it down there, but there's a 45 in there. Yeah, it's hard to see. Anyway, there's a 45 down there. So this measurement here is like 7/8, and where it transitions into here, it goes from 7/8 to 1 inch. So this is a bigger port than what is required, but it flows into the exact port length for these 19 inches here. And that's 1 inch by 8 inches, or 4 square inches of port area per SA6.5 SW Sundown sub. Subs will be on this side of the box, down firing right next to each other, and then I'll have this void here to try and equalize out the pressure. So I think if one's too close to here, then it gets kind of special treatment. I don't know what you call it, but it's different than if they're both sort of equal distance away, I think. Maybe I'm wrong, you tell me. Well, that's it for now. Check back in for the next installment. Hopefully I'll have the wood for the baffle and get that cut. The subs come in a few days, same day that the collet and the nut for this little compact router come, and I should be able to get most of the way to the edge, and then I'll sand the rest. So I'm not too worried about having it completely rounded all the way up to the corner here, because I'm going to have that 45, and I'll try and smooth it with some silicone. Same thing with this side. It's gonna be a little bit further away here because I have this angle. Yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Check out the new videos.